welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dessa's Live. So today I got a tutorial for you. Excuse my shirt, my sports bra. But anyways, I got a tutorial for you. It's for your eyebrows. We're gonna do an eyebrow tutorial. I'm going to show you how I do my eyebrows. So I'm gonna use, you need an eyebrow pencil, and I'm using something like this. We'll get right now into it. I usually would put primer on, and some people, you could do that, but if you're not patient to wait for it to settle before you do your eyebrows first, I would recommend what I'm about to do is not put no primer on yet. Go with a dry face and everything. And I don't mean completely dry. I mean once your skincare is all together, and it's in your skin, then start on your eyebrows. Eyebrows like this, where the tail is my thinnest and this part is the thickest. So I'm going to show you how I do this. I'm going to trace my brow. I'm going to show you one side. This side is what I do, and I'm going to show you the 3 dot, using 3 dots, or if you seen the ones where they'll do 5 dots and everything, but I'm going to show you with just 3 dots. I trace the brow at the bottom and I trace it at the top. It's what I'm usually good at working with. And then I go in and I use light strokes to fill in the parts that are the thinnest and everything, which is quite a bit, especially the tail. Like when I do the tail, I go like this, gradually build it up, and darken that, shading the tail darker so it matches the front part of my brows where they're the thickest, if that makes any sense. And if you made it this far to the completion of this brow, I would like you to subscribe if you want. It's always there. And like and comment and share with somebody who can use a simple eyebrow tutorial. So this side is me right here, and then on the other side, it's very quick. It takes practice. I would suggest you take your time, go light when you do this. Don't go in too deep, because when you are a pro, you'll know how much shade you need to where, it's not going to be like, a big deal or anything. You know how to work with your brows. So this is the other side. I'm just going to put 3 dots. And for a beginner, is that when you do the 3 dots, the mapping is your beginning, this part, your arch, and the end of your brow, the end. The beginning, middle, end, like a story. So I'm going to put some dots. And right here, I just go, if you can see that, I go a little higher. But some people don't know where to put the dot. Can you see that? I'm gonna make sure that dot is showing like that, and then right here, the end. So you're going to connect the dots. 1 dot you're gonna just draw right here and right here. I might have to switch my brow pencil because it really is going low. Right here and here. So you're just gonna connect that like that, and then you're just gonna shade. You're just gonna shade those parts. Does that make any sense? But yeah, that's how you use the 3 dots. And then you're going to use your spoolie to brush in, blend it in so it looks natural. Like this is 3 dots, and this is just for me not using the 3 dots. You want to get to a point where, where you don't need to use the 3 dots. And you can always use the 3 dots if you prefer it that way. But when you get so used to doing your brows and become a pro at it, you start making stuff like this. Like you just know where you're going to put everything in its placement. All you need to know with the mapping, for recap, is the beginning the arch and the end of your brow, or the tail of your brow. Then this part, if you want to make it look really natural, people like to draw little lines lightly, and just lightly make it look like, you know, it's from your roots. And then you use the spoolie and you blend it out. Of course, you always gotta clean your brows. So we're gonna clean our brows, and I use concealers lighter sometimes. It depends on what look you're going for. If you're using it as a primer, you know, put it right here. You can use it up here. You want it to be 2 shades lighter, approximately 2 shades lighter, so it don't be looking, you know, like a halo on your eye. And then if you're just going for a natural look, and you know, you can use something in your skin shade. I got Makeup Revolution's Conceal and Define, and this one is SheGlam's Like Magic 12-Hour Concealer in the shade Almond. I like to use Almond, and I like to use C14.5. It's clearly my shade. So I'm gonna go in with this because I'm not gonna do too much on my face. I'm just showing y'all an eyebrow tutorial, so it doesn't call for like a very, you know, glam look. So you can do this, but you have to be very careful when you do this part. You don't want to go into your brows when you're cleaning your brows. Concealer brushes, or a brush like this, because I don't have a concealer brush, is perfect. You just, you know, it's easy to go in your eyebrows. I sometimes don't use the brush. I'm so used to using a beauty sponge. If that's what you like to do, you can do that. But just keep in mind, don't go in your brows, because then you're messing up the work. And I hate when it messes up. I had so many experiences where I go into my brows because I would not be patient, and I would just be so messy and not neat. Makeup, you want to be very detailed, and you don't want to go into things that don't belong. Otherwise, you're going to start all over. And that's going to be a hot mess, a waste of product, and it's going to be annoying. So you blend it out. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this in the center. You can use concealer as your primer. If you don't know, try it out. It's so good. Some people use it to cover their discoloration, and some people like to use that primer because it's full coverage, and you know, and the shadows go very well with it. You can either set it if you want, or just blend it out really good and hurry up and put your eyeshadows on without setting it where there's no creasing. Now the top part, you can use your foundation shade to blend out, to clean your brows. I usually do that. You can use a concealer, but you got to be very careful when you do this. And it's gotta be on a clear base where you do it. I'm gonna just show with this concealer because that's what I'm working with. So you gotta remember to take the excess off when you're applying this on your eyebrows. Make sure you don't get in between, you know, the brow. Okay. So you can use your beauty sponge again, or what I'm doing might be the best, because you know, it's just more thorough, you know, less messy, less mistakes to use a flat brush or a concealer brush if you have one available. I need to buy some more face brushes because I got plenty of eye brushes, but you can never have too many brushes, honestly. You're always gonna need some. Make sure there's no creasing or anything. Okay, so what I like to do, you can use setting powder to set your set the concealer, because that's what you use. You gotta set the concealer, bake the concealer, but I'm going to use this. Matter of fact, I'm going to go in with this. I haven't used it in a minute. It's almost going down, but this is Maybelline Fit Me's Matte Poreless Pressed Powder, and it's in the shade 360 Mocha. I personally love to say 360 Mocha. I'm just going to go in with this brush again and set my concealer so that we don't have no creasing. You can even set it on your eyebrows. And you could be done with it just like that. Now the next thing that you want to do, if you want to go up another step, is I'm going to use Essence Fix It Like a Pro Fixing Brow Gel. It's clear, no shade into it. Be careful when you do this. So this stuff has extra hold like it says, and you know what, I like this stuff. I love this stuff. So the way I do it, because I know my brows, I just distribute the amount. They give you plenty on here, and put it into the brows. Now the thing about this brow gel, you gotta like for it to settle and everything. It's gotta settle in. And I use my spoolie to brush it in. People reverse it. I don't do that with mine. I just lift it up and everything. Gently. Make sure it's a nice looking brown. That's another way you can make it look natural, you know, keep it from, you know, transferring. This is the completed look with all the eyebrows done. 3 dots here and no 3 dots. This is my eyebrow tutorial for y'all 2025, and it's super easy. I hope it's easy to understand. Above all is that you understand what I'm trying to show you, and it makes you want to try something new from it. Don't forget to check out my short. Watch my recent video at the end, because for some reason sometimes YouTube don't put my stuff out, and it makes me sad because I really put my heart and soul into those, and there's nothing much that I can do is put what they say to put so it could be found by people that would actually watch it. So if you get this video and you see the video that you see my recent post, my recent video out there, it's a short video. I'm always making shorts, and see y'all in the next one. Bye.